This Ignite talk is on the economic and environmental impacts of the Alberta oil sands. Let's start with what they are. They are the third largest proven oil reserve behind Saudi Arabia and Venezuela. They are located in the north of Alberta, a province in Canada. How much oil is there? Well, there are 170 billion barrels of oil that could be recovered from the oil sands with today's technology, and an additional 1.63 trillion barrels that still cannot be extracted. What is it? Tar sand is an extremely thick version of a naturally occurring oil. At normal temperatures, it is not liquid and has to be heated and combined with water to allow for transport. What they do. They are an important part of the North American economy. As you can see, U.S. imports from Canada of crude oil and petroleum products have been steadily increasing for the past few decades. Why do you use them? 97% of exported oil from Canada goes to the U.S. In 2012, direct, indirect, and induced jobs linked to the oil sands was 390,000, which was 2.3% of all jobs in Canada. This year, oil sand and synthetic crude will grow 8.4%, and exports will rise from 2.93 million barrels a day to 3.89 million a day. The different age of a mine plays a large role in the price point that a company can have. Break-even costs have fallen 18% since last year and are now around $25 a barrel for producers who use steam and 40 for mining operations. The price point of extraction differs greatly from new mines though, with costs for new mines in the oil sands needing somewhere around $100 a barrel and can reach as high as $159 to break even. To give you an idea of the money involved in these projects, the total capital expenditure to 2050 for just the top few companies is estimated at $154 billion. So what effect is the lower oil price going to have on production? Well, old mines will not stop production because they can sustain a lower price point, but new projects will be delayed, and finally paying jobs may be cut to make production more profitable. The environmental impact. The oil sands contribute to 5% of Canada's greenhouse gas emissions and are the fastest growing contributor. They also cause major land reshaping and can create toxic tailing ponds. Mechanical engineer John Abraham of the University of St. Thomas in Minnesota said, "If we burn all the tar sand oil, the temperature rise just from burning that tar will be half of what we have already seen." If all the bitumen in the oil sands could be burned, another 240 billion metric tons of carbon would be added to the atmosphere. But current greenhouse gas emissions together are greater than New Zealand and Kenya combined. But if just the oil sands recoverable with today's technology were burned, we would still be adding 22 billion metric tons of carbon into the atmosphere. Emissions from the oil sands have doubled since 1990 and will double again by 2020, says Jennifer Grant, director of the Oil Sands Research and Environmental Group Pembina Institute in Canada. The greenhouse gases from mining and upgrading tar sand is 79 kilograms per barrel, and mining out bitumen at 116 kilograms per barrel. These cause at least 14% more greenhouse gases than other extraction methods. So how does all this come together? Unfortunately it doesn't, because current production levels will stay the same, and established extractors will actually increase production. The effect this will have is great because the current environmental impact will not decrease, but will most likely rise. Well, the only effect will be to push future projects further down the road. Unfortunately, this leaves us with two different sides that can't seem to come together in any meaningful way. This means everything will continue going up unless something drastic happens.